Imagine an air force. Not the neatest, not the most efficient, but the most unpredictable in the world. While other countries choose one or two top fighter jets, Indonesia chooses all of them. The United States, France, Turkey, South Korea, China, Pakistan, and even Russia. This is not an accident. It is a strategy. And if it works, Indonesia will have one of the most unique air forces in modern history. Today, Indonesia's air force is not impressive yet. On paper, Indonesia has around 110 fighter jets. But less than two-thirds are flight-ready. Russian Sukhoi jets lack spare parts. Old F-16s are nearing retirement. Part of the fleet is suitable only for light patrol. In modern air warfare, this condition is dangerous. But that is not the main story. The real story is what Indonesia is building. Over the next decade, Indonesia is targeting nearly 200 new fighter jets from multiple countries at the same time. This is not a normal modernization. This is a major leap. At the center of it all are next-generation fighter jets. The first comes from Turkey. KAAN. KAAN is a fifth-generation fighter jet. Stealth. Twin-engine. Designed to rival the F-22 and F-35. Indonesia has ordered 48 units. This matters because KAAN will be Indonesia's first stealth fighter. It is also the first stealth fighter developed outside the United States, China, and Russia. No extreme export restrictions. No heavy political dependence. KAAN is designed to fight alongside supersonic loyal wingman drones. This means Indonesia is not just buying an aircraft, but a future air warfare concept. Alongside KAAN, Indonesia is also betting on South Korea with the KF-21 Boramae. KF-21 is a Generation 4.5 fighter. Its avionics are highly modern. AESA radar. Advanced data fusion. Indonesia plans to buy 48 units. Early versions of the KF-21 are not fully stealth. Weapons are still carried externally. But its performance matches or exceeds many early fifth-generation fighters. And South Korea plans to develop a fully stealth version. Indonesia will benefit from that. Then there is the United States. Indonesia wants the F-15EX. The F-15EX is not a stealth aircraft. It is the opposite. Large, loud, easy to detect on radar. But that is its strength. The F-15EX is a flying weapons magazine. It can carry more than 20 missiles and bombs. It can carry large weapons that do not fit inside stealth jets. In modern warfare, the F-15EX acts as a long-range weapons launcher protected by stealth aircraft. Indonesia is targeting around 24 units. If that is not enough, Indonesia is also approaching China. Jakarta has expressed interest in the JA-10C. The JA-10C is a Generation 4+ fighter with modern avionics and long-range PL-15 missiles. It drew global attention after being used by Pakistan in air combat against India. Indonesia is interested for one reason: value, lower price, competitive capability, and a political signal to Beijing that Indonesia is not hostile to China. From Europe, Indonesia chose the Rafale. Rafale is a mature multi-role fighter. Combat-proven, flexible, able to carry a wide range of NATO weapons. Indonesia is targeting the F-4 variant with improved sensors and networking. This strengthens ties with Europe without locking Indonesia into a single political bloc. Still not finished. Indonesia is also interested in the JF-17 Block 3. The JF-17 is a light fighter. Affordable, modern, easy to maintain. Not an elite aircraft, but ideal for patrol, territorial defense, and keeping fleet numbers high. If purchased, the JF-17 would fill the gap between expensive jets and daily operational needs. And finally, Russia. The Su-35 deal is nearly dead. But interest in the Su-57 remains. The Su-57 is Russia's fifth-generation fighter. It focuses on maneuverability, range, and passive sensors. If Indonesia actually buys the Su-57, the impact would be huge. Indonesia would become the only country operating fighter jets from the United States, Europe, East Asia, and Russia at the same time. No other country has dared to go this far. Now the question is simple. Why is Indonesia doing all this? The answer lies in the past. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Indonesia lived under international sanctions. Access to weapons was cut off. The fleet was paralyzed. Indonesia learned one key lesson. Dependence is weakness. Today, Indonesia chooses extreme diversification. If one country cuts support, Indonesia loses only a small part of its air power. Not all of it. More than that, suppliers think twice before cutting ties. If the United States steps back, China steps in. If France gets angry, Turkey is ready. Indonesia creates permanent competition among suppliers. There is another strategic reason. Indonesia controls the Malacca Strait. If a major conflict breaks out in the Indo-Pacific, this route is critical. Everyone has an interest in it. With a large and diverse air force, Indonesia forces all major powers to treat Jakarta as a partner, not a target. There is one additional advantage. Data. By operating many aircraft from different countries, Indonesia can directly compare radars, missiles, avionics, and combat systems. This data is extremely valuable. It can be shared. It can be sold. It can be traded for political leverage. Indonesia has the potential to become a living laboratory for the global fighter aircraft industry. But let's be honest. The risks are massive. Complex logistics, expensive training, diverse spare parts, budget pressure. If Indonesia goes halfway, this can turn into a burden. A large air force on paper, but fragile in reality. But if it succeeds, the result is extraordinary. The most flexible air force in the region. The most politically independent. And the hardest to predict. This is not a safe strategy. This is a bold strategy. And now, the world is waiting for one thing. Can Indonesia land this perfectly?